Hey guys, it's Will here, and it's that time of the month again where we do the next hobby update for Taylor 4 Gamers. So after last month's big jump from 600 to 1,000 points, we've got a slightly smaller jump this month, only going up another 250 points. So a little bit less to paint this time around, which has allowed some of the guys to work on some side projects, or in my case, to disappear for a week. That's why I'm getting this up a little bit early, because I'm disappearing off to Egypt for a week now. So wanted to get this out before I went off. So going to start off with Tom. Now here you've got what he'd worked on last month, his 1,000 points, led by Magnus. He's got his Terminators and Araman and Changeling. So a very, very nice looking army. And before I show you what he's been working on, I just want to sort of say, like, a few people have been like, yeah, this is really busted running Magnus at 1,000 points. And I'm not going to lie, Magnus is really strong. But in Tom's defence, Tom's not the sort of guy who would have gone, oh, Magnus, he's really strong, I'll get him really early and paint him. Tom is more the sort of guy that would have been like, oh, Magnus, really want to paint him, get him early because I want to paint him, and then, oh, so it turns out he's really strong, even better, cool. You know, he's not deliberately been a cheesy player, it just happens that playing the models he's liked, which is, you know, what we should all be doing to an extent, has just worked out really well for him this time, with it happening to be really strong. So, you know, don't think he's some sort of cheese power player. He's just playing the models he liked, and it just happened to be really good. So yeah, I've not seen much of what he's been adding this month. He's been kind of working on some side projects with these Eldar that he's been working on, doing quite a Wraith-heavy army. But I've seen a few pictures he's sent through to our little Facebook Live group, or Facebook Messenger group, of the latest things he's working on. So he's working on these rubric marines, and they're still at quite an early stage in these pictures. I could say there's still a couple of weeks till our game, but you can see they're going in a similar style to the Terminators. He's got the lovely sort of airbrushed armour with a really bright gold. I think that's like Vallejo liquid gold that he uses for that, but whatever it is, it looks really nice. And you can see the sort of finished scheme here on these very cool pictures of his sergeant from his Terminator squad. So yeah, I think it's the rubric marines he's adding this month. Don't know if that's the full 250, might have another sorcerer in the works or some Zangors, but yeah, should be looking very nice. Now moving on to Sam, he's really seen the value of leman russes in the new codex. Really strong model now that they can fire twice if they move under half their distance. So he's adding another one here. We've got I believe this one's the eradicator with a nova cannon. Not one I've ever come up against, but from what I understand, it ignores the bonus for cover. It's like a D6 shot weapon with -2 AP, D3 damage, so good against medium infantry. So primaris marines are an example of something this could really mess up. So yeah, not looking forward to facing that. He's also adding this tech priest at a very, very early stage here. Really just shows what he's working on, which is going to be quite necessary with all the tanks he's got. And some special weapon guys. I think this is from the Command Squad box set, but they're just like special weapon Acadians to give his squad some options. I think I'm the furthest along with the painting this month, just out of necessity. I've really had to work hard to get the majority of it done in time, so that I can you know, still have it all finished in time despite going away. And yeah, we've got these inceptors, no, not incestors, inceptors. They're quite necessary for my army, I think, because last month, although I won, I felt I really lacked manoeuvrability, so getting some jump troops in there is obviously a big improvement, and the weapons aren't bad either, with 2 weapons per guy, both with 3 shots, strength 5, AP -1, not bad at all. A little bit fiddly to mount. I basically didn't like the flying stands that they came with, so I've tried to mount them on bits of scenery, pin them in place to give them a nice sort of scenic base look and something that's a little bit stronger than those flight stands. to make up my points, I was going to try and squeeze some Hellblasters in at the expense of the Whirlwind, but decided to keep the Whirlwind around for one more month and work on my Primaris Ancient instead. So Hellblaster's probably coming next month. But yeah, my Primaris Ancient, really pleased with how the banner's turned out here. Not quite finished it yet. There's a little bit of weathering work to do on the model, maybe a little bit more detail here and there. But the banner, I'm really chuffed with how that's turned out. Adam has been kind of adjusting the last sort of week to the new Tyranid Codex. Last I saw him, he hadn't got his hands on it yet because GW didn't get the orders out on time to the independent stores, which was a bit of a shame because otherwise you'd have got to see his Tyranids in a bat rep under the new rules. So I don't even know at this point what he's planning to add. He's been working on this Exocrine, which is looking very nice, but whether or not that's going to be this month's edition, we shall have to wait and see. Also not quite sure which hive fleet he's going for yet. Although based on how it went last month, I think Behemoth would work really well for him. He had a lot of failed charges that would have really turned the tide of the game. So going for Hive Fleet Behemoth would be really beneficial because they get to re-roll the charges. He has been working on this, the converted Red Terror. I think he just did this for a laugh. Whether or not he's actually going to include it in his army, I'm not sure. But obviously being the Red Terror, he's given it red skin, and it just so happens that that's Hive Fleet Behemoth colour scheme. So yeah, that's what everyone is working on this month. Some of the models are still quite in the early stages because I've had to put this out early. But, you know, a couple of weeks' time when the battle actually happens, they should all be done. And, yeah, this has been really fun just working on this with the guys. Next battle is going to be a, doubles game. So we're teaming up a combination of doubles that we haven't done before in this. So it's going to be me and Tom, so Slaves of the Emperor and Thousand Suns, against Sam and Adam, so Imperial Guard with a slight Genestealer cult theme, working with the Tyranids. So not the most fluffy alignment on our side, Thousand Suns and Slaves of the Emperor, but, you know, it's we'll do what we do. Slaves of the Emperor don't exactly get on with many people in this, especially not the Tyranids, who we've had to team with before. So you know, it should be good. It'd be nice to have Magnus on my side. I'm not looking forward to having to actually face him on the battlefield again, but hopefully by the time I do, I will have some more Hellblasters. So yeah, that's not for another couple of weeks though. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.